Now, this is fascinating, what I'm going to tell you now, because talkSPORT understands that the PGMOL are introducing, a new team of VAR specialists to improve the standard of officiating in this country. We also understand that this team will not include any former players. Benty, you and I will have a chat about this in just a moment, but first have a listen to this. England's 1966 World Cup winner Sir Geoff Hurst joined Jim White and Simon Jordan this morning. He said he's not a fan of VAR.
I agree with the goal line technology. It's quick, it's important. The rest of it is, and I do a few shows and I ask the audience what they think, and a high percentage of the general public who watch football do not like it at all. And they're making as many mistakes having spent 10 minutes on the screen off the pitch as they are when the linesman does it in an instant. So absolutely, categorically not.
Okay, I think a lot of people echo those views. Before we chat about it, let me give you two little stats. talkSPORT understands that there has been a higher level of accuracy with VAR intervention since the World Cup. That's around 33% fewer incorrect interventions. talkSPORT also understands that VAR errors for on-field offences have improved by around 33% since the World Cup. So it's getting better, right? But we're, I think, in the fourth year of it now, and there's still glaring mistakes.
You know when they say about 33%, they've got the decisions better.
Yeah.
Better, that include offsides? Because
everything.
Well, that doesn't surprise me because offsides are so common in Premier League games. That's probably going to be a large percentage of it. But
I would imagine that offsides aren't that difficult to...
Exactly. So that's why I think that maybe the stats are skewed, because for everyone they've got right, look, they've got 4 wrong at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah.
There's arguably been 3, what we've just seen, the handball, Harry Maguire, Declan Rice, Trent Alexander. That's 3 they've got wrong. So what they interpret, because I'm guessing what they're saying is that it's 33% better off because of the decisions they've got right in their opinion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? In their opinion, but I listen, I'll stand by it. I still believe that there should be ex-players in there.
Okay, explain. I mentioned this briefly to Paul Hawksby when I did the handover. So for that game you're talking about, the Spurs-Brighton game, right? The Lewis Dunk shirt pull, right? I'm not an ex-player. If I was sat in that VAR room, I would have said, "Where's Paulie's shirt?"
Yeah.
I don't need to be an ex-player to see that.
Exactly.
So do you need ex-players in there?
Yeah.
Or do they all just need to up their game a bit?
Well, up their game, but even when you're watching some of the games and there's certain decisions, there's the ones where there's diving, where there's minimal contact and the player goes over and they'll say, "Oh, he's gone down easy, he must have dived." No, there's so many different scenarios where players could tell you in that type of scenario where you've made a certain run and you're going to be off balance a little bit, and all it takes is a minimal amount of contact and you're going to go over. That's not you diving. That's just the way it is when you play football. So in my opinion, I think get an ex-player in there. What harm could it do? People are already moaning about it, about how bad the officiating's been. Howard Webb, of course, in the summer, I'm sure he's going to make some big decisions and try and up it. But what harm would it do having an ex-player in there? It wouldn't do any.
Okay, when you say an ex-player, what type of level do you think you're thinking of? Because
any level.
Well, okay.
Any professional level.
But do you think with the amount of money that ex-players have earned, that they could be bothered to go to Stockley Park for a Saturday afternoon and sit there and watch football?
Yeah, but there's some of the wealthiest pundits out there still do the punditry.
Yeah, but that's different, right? They're in front of camera, they're having fun, they're on.
Yeah,
but they're going to the games, they're on the side of the pitch.
Once a week, Stockley Park.
Would you do that?
If they asked me just to try out for one game, I'd do it. Why not?
Yeah, but if they wanted you for the season, every fourth week.
I need to see how it works. But every fourth week.
You go into a room, you've been there, you know what it looks like.
Yeah, I'm not allowed in there.
No, but you've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You can see into the room.
But I've looked into the room, but like anyone can look into this room, but there's buttons that you've got to press,
I know, but if the deal was for you to go in once every 4 weeks, and when a decision comes up and they review it, they ask you your opinion.
Yeah, I'd do that.
You do that.
Cool, 100%.
And you think a lot of ex-pros would do that?
I think you'd get a few. I think there'd be a lot out there that would do it. More than you'd think.
Okay.
But just try it. Why would that's what I don't understand.
No, I don't understand.
Is why they wouldn't just trial it.
But what I don't understand is when you've got decisions like the Lewis Dunk one, the one where Danny Welbeck hit it and it hit Evan Ferguson's...
No, it hit McAllister's.
McAllister's waist and went in.
Yeah.
I don't need to know...
Matoma's stamp on his foot.
Yeah. I mean, guaranteed, right? I don't think I need to see an ex-professional in that room making that call. Just look with your eyes, you can see it.
You say that, but there's no ex-professional in that room and they got it wrong. So that's where you need one in there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we shall wait and see. I mean, it's getting better, but it's still not perfect.
Someone's put here, asks Dan if he thinks Liverpool's first goal was handball from...
yeah, it was.
Yeah, of course it was.
Trent.
He even moved his arm towards the ball.
But their view is it was so far back in play that... But then all of a sudden, I think one of the biggest problems is if a law is down to interpretation, then you've got a problem. It needs to be black and white. You're onside, you're offside.
But also, they're saying there that it was so far back in the... Well, if they stopped it there, then that phase of play doesn't continue.
Yeah. But also, when he's too far back.
Exactly.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.